Good morning guys, and welcome back to Alan's Allotment. It's Sunday the 25th of April 2021. Thanks for popping along again. I'm not sure whether we're going to get much done today at all. I really do want to get all sorts done, but I don't have a lot of energy yet again. Just another one of those days, guys. So we came up the allotment. It's actually 10 o'clock now in the morning, but we've been up early as always, and we've fed and watered all the birds, fed all the pigeons and everything. Bit of an update with the pigeons. So as I think I mentioned in the last video, on the very top nest in the frill stencil shed where we had the blondinette cock with the little Trigonino white check toy stencil, they just hadn't fed one of those youngsters for whatever reason, and it died. So we had to dispose of that yesterday. Next nest down, the two off the black white bar and the little reduced hen, they're doing really well. The rings are still on, everything's fine in there. The next nest down with the old blondinette cock and the F1 Lebanon hen, they finally gave up on that egg and it didn't hatch. I'm really disappointed with that one, guys, but it is what it is. Then to top it off, in the frill stencil shed where all the satinettes are, we'd taken 2 eggs off the blacks in this stock loft here, and then they ended up with 1, and we give 1 back to the blacks. Well, the frill stencils gave up on that egg and it never hatched. The blacks have gave up on that egg and it never hatched. And what's more, the milkies that were sitting the satinettes eggs gave up on those eggs and they never hatched. All this happened yesterday. So we've lost three nests, 4 nests in total. 4 nests in total we've lost. A bit of a strange year this year. I've never had it like this before. I know you never get 100% success, but yeah. Ironically, the ones that I wanted them off the most are the ones that are failing. But it is what it is, guys. So tomorrow the car has to go in for a service and an MOT. So I'm having this cup of coffee, and then the first thing I've got to do, because if I don't do that first, it won't get done, is clean the car out. Because as you know, I fill it with wood, bark, chips, anything at all I can cram in there. It gets cluttered to the roof. So I've brought up the little cordless hoover that we've just bought, and that's going to be a winner in cleaning the car out. I might take it down and give it a pressure washer a bit later. Depends on how I feel. Depending on how I feel after I've done that, I might do a little bit more in the garden, and if we do, we'll bring you along, guys. Right guys, we've got the car cleaned out. It's now 12:10. It took me about an hour and a half to do the car, and I decided we would need to get the hand mower out to start cutting the grass over in the growing area so we can get the cardboard down, etc., just to keep it at bay. And it suddenly dawned on me, this was like a jungle again, and we only cut it last Sunday. So I've just pulled out the lawnmower and we've just got that cut, all of this cut again as well. And considering, because I got on top of it while it was still pretty low, but it was coming back considerably, we've managed to do the car and cut all of this again in about 2 hours, guys. So that's not bad considering I had no energy. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and then I am going to take the lawnmower over into the growing area, start having a bit of a tidy up there, cutting inside the polytunnel where it's getting like a trivet, and cutting the grass where the compost bags are ready, and put the cardboard down, which I managed to get when I went to do the recycling this morning. Right guys, so I'm back in the video. Yeah, I'm back in the I'm back in the shed. I'm having a cup of coffee and I've got the fan on the floor, so sorry about the noise, but I'm absolutely cooking. It's just suddenly dawned on me as well, this time last year I was really struggling for water. We had a very dry March and April last year as well. And if you remember, looking back on some of the videos, we set up some new IBCs, and I've now got 3 1,000 litre IBCs set up, and they're all full. And then we had those rain barrels over at the by the garage in the growing area as well. So thankfully this year we haven't struggled for water so far. but the more we can get set up, the better it will be. The blue rain bottle that I said I was going to dispose of, because basically it's been patched and better patched, I've actually had an idea. I'm going to actually cut that in half and use each half as probably carrot tubs, grown carrots or parsnips or something like that. I might as well use them into raised beds, make them into raised beds. Waste not, want not, and all that. So yeah, it's my intentions are, it's now 1:15. I've got no energy at all, but I really want to see if I can go and get that grass cut over in the growing area and inside the polytunnel. And I've taken one of the generators over there, so if I can muster up the energy, I've got a little electric tiller, and maybe if I get the grass cut in the greenhouse, I can perhaps use the electric tiller now that the ground's dried out a bit, and see if I can try and break that ground up to level it out a little bit in there, because I just haven't got the energy to dig. It'll be a struggle holding the little mini tiller back, but it might do the job, guys. That's what I'm going to try and do anyways. I'll shut up babbling, and I'll catch you later on, guys. Right guys, 2 PM now. I'm absolutely wiped out. So we got up the little tiller in the end up. I set up the old generator. Would you believe it? It started first pull. Ran down a couple of extension leads and used this little thing here. I've had that a number of years. I got it in a sale for 40 quid or something on Amazon a long time ago. But it's done the job. It's taken me quite a while. This ground here was really hard. And we've managed to break it up. We don't need to get this perfect, guys. We just wanted to get it more or less level, so we can start to cover it now with cardboards. There's going to be a path down the centre, and then there'll be 2 big bays and 1 across the back. So the beds are going to go down the side here, across the back, and back up this side with a path down the centre there, guys. I just needed to get all the grass cut, and then I don't recommend cutting grass inside a polytunnel with a petrol mower. I nearly choked myself to death. Thankfully it was a 2-second job, just cutting the grass and chopping it down so I could get the actual tiller on it. The soil is actually fantastic soil, but it's been that many years since this was turned. Even with the little tiller, it was really hard work, guys. Right, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do anything else or not. Maybe I'll get some covering on this, because otherwise it's just going to be back again in no time. Even if it's just a temporary cover for now. And then I'm maybe going to call it a day, guys. I'm wiped out. I'll see you later, guys. Alright guys, we finally got inside the greenhouse covered, and boy am I pleased this is done. So as you can see, we've put a membrane down right across the entire thing, and it's pretty level-ish, guys. It's turned out alright. I was really dreading this job, I really was, because this is the hardest work of the lot. Certainly digging this soil and getting it level, because I knew it was going to be a real challenge with my health. But we got there in the end, and what I've done is I deliberately left a bit of a tail right round the edge, and I've just been and stapled it to the bottom of the pallet now, all the way around. Now I'm a glutton for punishment, but it might be worth doing this, so I'm not going to do it today, of course, but I've got it covered now. That's the main thing. I might actually screw a slate and lat now to that, right across the entire length, across there, right down this side, around the edge, and a lat across there as well. And what that will do, hopefully, is it will definitely secure anything coming in that finds its way up the back side of the bed. And these are overlaid, and that's over, sorry, this one's overlapping that, and this one's overlapping that. Cracking job. I'm delighted I've got it done. I'm delighted I persevered and fought on, and I think you'll agree, guys, it's starting to come to now, guys. It's looking $1 million. We still need to do the finishing touches, but hopefully that's the hard work done now, guys. Well, apart from getting some slabs around here and getting them in there as well. I have 2 options there. I can either drag some slabs around, or we can put bark chip down, guys, which will be easier but more expensive. So we'll wait and see how it pans out, and I'll have a think about that one, guys. So now that we've got this grass cut here as well, I meant to say earlier, I'm going to start covering this with cardboard, and I want this done today, to be honest, before I leave. And I want to get this covered with cardboard and finished off down here, and perhaps up there as well. Purely and simply because I don't want to have to cut it again. And we managed to get a load of cardboard. We went to do the recycling this morning. I always keep the cardboard and bring the cardboard here. It's usually just little boxes and things like that broken up. But when we went to the skips this morning, all these big bits here were all, someone had just threw them down beside the skip. So I managed to cut all these big bits, pick all these big bits up and throw them in the back of the car and chuck them here, guys. So this is what I'm going to use on that grassed area. I'll crack on and I'll catch you later. Right guys, as you know, I'm a real glutton for punishment, but I wanted to get this done. So we've got the cardboard all over here now, and I had some pallets, and I've just quickly made up another 2 raised beds here. Now they're not perfect, but they'll do. More importantly, they'll hold the cardboard in place while I'm until I can get it finished off. Now you'll see what's happened here is because of the shape of the style of the pallets and the distance from there to there with the post in the middle. In order to get the fronts on, I ended up having to take the middle one, because if I come this side I couldn't get the 2 fronts in. If I went that side I couldn't get the 2 fronts in, so I had to go in the centre, so it was protruding further than this. So we made it straight and fastened to the side of those runners. And then we came out with this one from the front again, like we did here. And then by the time we got down here, because that one is on this side of the post, we've came proud to keep it straight, guys. So it's not perfect. It's just another couple of raised beds, or I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with it. It probably will be raised beds. It's not finished by any means, but it's a start. It's all screwed in place. It's used some of them pallets up from over there, and more importantly it's holding the cardboard down for now. Hey guys, never want to be satisfied. I've done a bit more. Not much, but to some people, but it is to me. So I've now bark chipped down here as well. So what we've basically achieved today, take the cutting the grass down aside and the cleaning the car out, we've got inside that polytunnel dug over and relatively levelled, and we've got it membraned. We've got these 2 beds built. They're not finished yet. They've got to be tidied up and tarted up, one thing and another, but they're in situ, screwed up, solid as a rock. This grass cut, cardboard down, and we've got our bark chippings between our walkways. Now these are really wide walkways, yes, but I don't want it too cluttered where I can't get round with a wheelbarrow. These here are just the right width for the rake, but here I want to be able to get all the way down and round with a wheelbarrow, which I can if I so need. I've stopped here and I'm not doing down the front of here because I'm thinking I'm going to put these stepping stone flags. It'll use less bark chippings then, and we can have the stepping stone flags coming down, even if we have to stop before we get to the door, in case the door can't open. And then we'll use less bark chip as well in between as an infill. So that's another weekend, guys, probably next weekend. But for now, as you can see, we've got bark chipped up there. It'll do a couple of purposes. One, it'll start to suppress the weeds and grass right away, and 2, it's wet and heavy, it'll hold the cardboard down. So, and here's my phone ringing, guys. I'm going to have to go. Catch you later. Right guys, as always, we finish off with a roundup. Me babbling, basically. Right, I'm in the shed, having a cup of coffee, and then I'm going home. Really productive day today. I really didn't think I was going to have any energy to do anything at all, but I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing myself, and it's probably a good job I do, guys. As you can see, we've got a lot of progress done today, and it was hard work for me. As I say, other people probably do this no problem whatsoever, But for me, it's hard work and it's been a long time coming. But we're getting there. The greenhouse just wants a pathing now. I may or may not put raised beds in the greenhouse, treehouse, polytunnel, whatever you want to call it. I might just pot those plants up into really large buckets, potato buckets, 30-litre buckets or something like that, and then we might just sit them on the membrane and grow them on in there, guys. And I can decide at a later date if I want to put beds in and plant them directly into the ground, cut a hole in the membrane and let them go down. I'm not sure that'll be a wise decision, to be honest with you, otherwise we'll end up with them pushing the roof out. So I probably will contain them in pots, but we can just get them potted up into big 30-litre pots with plenty of cow manure in there and feed, and get them set. I'm not expecting miracles this summer off those citrus trees, but hopefully by next year we'll get something nice out of them. If we get something at all, that'll be a bonus. So we got that polytunnel. That was the hardest work of the lot, even with the little tiller. The ground was so hard, it was unreal. Breaking the top was so hard, and big lumps, and eventually once you scratched the surface down you could get going. It then started to dig okay, guys, but it was really hard work and it was pulling my guts out. But we got there in the end, and I really was dreading that job because I just knew how difficult it was going to be. But it's done. Now I don't need to dread it anymore. Then we got the cardboard down, as you've seen. Built the 2 new raised beds out of those little pallets. And they've worked out quite well. We've got them to tart up and finish off. But we'll decide what we're going to do with them at a later date. They're in place. They're holding the cardboard down. And then we've got the bark chips down. So from the back fence, halfway up that growing area is almost complete. And then we've got the shed on the top half of it, and then we've got a nice big area there where we're going to still put some more, probably some more raised beds, or one big long bed. Probably put a little bench outside the shed, just down off the veranda of the shed. Maybe build a little pallet bench or something and put it in there. But we're nearly there, guys. We're getting there. Still got the middle fences to take out between what was separating the 2 allotments. But we're really getting there now, guys. It's coming too. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Hope it's been of some interest to you. And perhaps you may have learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment in the section below, guys. If it's your first time here, please think about hitting the subscribe button, then the little bell icon on the right. Select all, and that'll alert you every time I put up a new video. For now, guys, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe and be practical. Keep yourselves out of harm's way. And we'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.